Okay, uploading a video to YouTube is not the same as starting a podcast. So let's talk about which one builds the kind of connection that gets you clients. So you recorded a video and you're wondering, now what should I do? Should I post it on YouTube or should I make it a podcast episode or should I even do this thing that I heard called a private podcast? And now you're thinking, all right, so which one is actually going to get me the results that I want? How do you move forward? So let's clear it all up today because all three actually serve a purpose, but only one helps you build deep connections that help you attract clients to your business, especially if you're a coach, consultant, or a service provider. So if you don't know me by now, I'm Ariel Okogu. I teach entrepreneurs how to attract high value clients through their podcast, specifically through their podcast, without needing a huge audience. I've seen so many people waste time creating content that really doesn't even bring in leads or clients or cash flow. And it's usually because they're using the wrong format and they're trying to reach the wrong people so that they're creating the wrong relationships. So let's break it down today. Here's how I see it. YouTube is for strangers. It helps them find you. But podcasts, those are typically for your followers. It helps them feel like they know you and go deeper in y'all's relationship. But a private podcast, that's something completely different. It's for people, really your clients, warm leads, or the folks who are already inside your network that want to go deeper in their connection with you. And each step on its own builds a ladder that helps you build more and more trust if you're using it right. Think of each platform as a step into how someone gets to know you. So, YouTube is great for getting found. YouTube is really great for searchability. It's where people find you. It's really just a search engine. A lot of times I use it more than I use Google these days. It can work for short form tips, how to content, and storytelling that grabs your attention fast. But here's the catch, podcasts don't guarantee depth. So people might watch you without really connecting with your story or your offer. Most times they're really just searching for a quick answer. Me personally, if I find 10 results on the same answer, I'm going to pick the shortest one. So YouTube isn't where you're going to go deeper with people who actually want to build a relationship with you. Now, there's absolutely a place for YouTube content in your business model, but don't get it confused with the job of your podcast. You can record your YouTube videos and get a bunch of views, but the truth is, views don't always mean trust, and trust is what converts. Now, podcasting, that's a different lane. A podcast is intentional. People choose to listen. People opt in to hear your voice on a regular basis. They take you on their walks, into their kitchen, into their car. It's really more intimate. It's slower and it builds loyalty. So for coaches and consultants, this is huge because we're in the relationship business. We're not just trying to go viral. We're trying to build credibility, connection, and accountability over time. All of that speaks way more values than a quick answer that you can get with a YouTube search. A strong podcast, it really doesn't just build audience. It builds alignment. So your listeners are more likely to say yes when you finally make your offer. Most times with your YouTube content, people need to watch a couple of videos and then go deeper into a podcast in order to get to know who you really are. Now, let's talk about private podcasts because it's becoming a lot more popular, and this is where things kind of get a little bit fun. So, a private podcast is intimate as well. It's content that you save for people who are already in the room with you, not for people you want to bring in the room. So, you might take your private podcast and send it to clients after they enroll, or you can send it to leads on your wait list. You can even send it to a closed group like a community or a membership, or even just your email list. And here's the thing. A private podcast can be professional, like an onboarding series or a special training, or it can even be personal, like a voice note style motivational pep talk type of thing, or reflections after your coaching sessions. Now, if you want to get even deeper and this is your business model, it could be late night girl talk where your clients can get to know you deeper and talk about taboo topics that you probably don't want to talk about in your business. Your private podcast isn't for promotion or lead generation. It's for deeper transformation or a deeper emotional connection. So, how do you know which one to focus on? If you're focusing on growing your audience and building knowledge base, then post on YouTube. Create short videos that actually hit to the specific point that people are searching for. And if you want to build relationships and drive your audience to high value solutions, like your coaching products or your services, it's time for a podcast. If you want to retain and elevate clients, launch your private podcast and measure results based on community engagement and growth. When you've already built your audience, not every episode needs to go out to the whole world. And sometimes your best clients need to hear something that's just for them. It's more specific and it's more intimate, so you can go deeper and deeper with your clients. So let me give you a quick scenario. Let's say you post a YouTube video sharing the top reasons why your clients get stuck. Someone sees your video and decide to subscribe to your channel. Now they go to your podcast to see how your mind works. They listen for a couple of weeks and they start to trust you. And eventually they start to question, could they actually win in your program? So they go for it. They finally join your program. Now they get access to behind the scenes content of you working and living with your family, doing it all together. These actually give more depth into some of the framework things that you talk about because you're showing the real life examples of how it's playing out in your life. You might not want to give the average lead access to your life in that deep of a way. But once someone buys from you and they get access to behind the scenes content like that, they feel closer to you and they stay longer, especially if they get results. Your private podcast can even help them get better results. That's the relationship ladder in action. Your content isn't just marketing, it's a part of how you lead, especially once people actually say yes. Now, here's the truth. You don't have to do everything at once. If you're new to showing up, then start with what feels natural. If you don't have a lot of video content already with your framework, try YouTube. And if your strength is your voice already, then record your video podcast and start both audio and video podcasts on YouTube. If you already have a few clients and you want to deliver more value without showing up on more Zoom coaching calls, then start your private podcast, but do a video and audio podcast so that your clients get an option of how to consume your content. It's not about choosing the right platform. It's actually about having the right conversations at the right time with the right people. You really don't need a big audience to attract high value clients. You just need to know the difference between creating content that speaks to the person who wants to work with you, speaks to the person who's already watching or listening to you, and those who are already working with you. The format is just the container. The relationship is the strategy and the journey that you take your clients along, starting with your podcast. When people feel like you're talking directly to them, they're already halfway to a yes. But if they turn on your podcast and it feels like you're talking to people all over the place or you're not quite dialed into their problem, they're not going to stick around, especially if they don't know you or they don't know you as well. But if you're still wondering whether your episodes are actually helping to attract clients or repelling your clients, then you need to download my podcasting playbook. I'll put it in the description below, but it helps you figure out exactly what to say, when to say it, and which format to use based on the relationship that you're building with your clients and your potential clients. I built my first podcast as an inspiration outlet. And then I had to tweak my strategy so that it actually helps my business. Now I help entrepreneurs like you do the same thing with less stress, more structure, and the content that actually converts. So if this video was helpful, I need you to hit the like button and send me a comment letting me know what part of this strategy actually resonates with you. But until next time, I'll catch you later. Do not forget to grab the podcasting playbook that's in the description below. That's actually going to share with you how do you set up these strategic relationships so you can get clients with your podcast. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.